Why are these Bible colonizer invaders forcing us to date them, forcing themselves into our nations, into our lives, forcing us to. They're sending me a bunch of trash they've already bred with. Low IQ trash. I'm literally like the smartest person in the fucking school getting awards from the president and shit. And they're shipping in these trash motherfuckers who got like an IQ of a snail, which is perfect for them. That's their partner. That's what they need to date, right? If you think there's flying invisible reindeer, you need to date people who's so stupid they think there's flying invisible reindeer. You don't need to mess up your good genetics with a Bible invader from the Middle East who is so obsessed with wanting everything you have, your brains, your looks, everything, that they're going to invade and take it from you. That's why it's happening. That's what Earth is about. Not everyone's a stupid, useless, low IQ moron like the trash they import into my life. And the Bible and the karma and the Buddha. Look at this inbred Hebrew trash people. They will never have a person touch them that they don't pay for. Their people have to pay their women money to go give me money in order to touch me so they can be somewhat happy. I'm sick of this shit. This trash has been interfering with this world far too long. And the trash working for them is even worse trash. I mean, imagine being you got to be the servant of trash. You can't even be trash. You are the servant of trash. There's no wonder I'm classifying them as tier 1 and tier 2 robots. They sure ain't living. There is no mentally retarded living people. There is no defects and shit. There's shit going on, but these people aren't living. They're not real. Why are robots invading and forcing us to date them and be around them? What's with you trash? Why can't you guys ever learn to act right? Is it because we're in a game world, and like every video game, in every book it ends? It doesn't make sense that Jeffrey Epstein is the god of the world. Oh, you guys are so cute with your boyfriend Epstein. You're blaming him for everything you do so you can get away with it. See what I'm saying? I shouldn't be dating stupid people like these people because they're on this subhuman toaster level. They think someone believes a word they say. And no one believes anything, yet they keep talking. It's like a computer NPC. You keep it keeps coming, walking by and saying the same line over and over and over. And over and over and over. Look how trash ugly these fuckers are. Of course they need to create religions to invade people. No one's going to talk to them. No one's going to touch them. Who's going to date Donald Trump? Who's going to touch Howard Stern? Who's going to talk to Jeffrey Epstein, the most beautiful? The example was set by making him the most beautiful American there ever has been. That's crazy. That's a crazy example shit going on. How come the whole planet seems infested by them too? That's kind of weird. Almost every video game you go to, there's no other player in the game. You're the only person there. And the entire world is infested with bad guys. And there's a couple people who sell you weapons, and that's about it. Fucking right. A couple people telling you the story and shit. But if you wanted to make it immersive, you would eventually those people would be evil people too, because you'd learn that they're the same evil computer. But man, what is with this trash? Why are they allowed to speak? Why are they in my nation? Get the fuck out of my nation. Take your Bibles, take your New Age karma, take your fucking everything. Take it all. Take your science, your Einstein, your NASA. Take your Donald Trump. Take your sewage. Take your feces. Take it. Far away. Take it back where you come from in Egypt. Get the fuck out of here. Go away. Get lost. No one, go to Palestine. You just stole it. I'm not going to tell you to go there because you want to. And you don't need anything you want. You need discipline. You need lots of it too. Billions of years of being forced to work for and fuck whoever you are told to fucking breed with. So we can't create any more trashy. We can't set them up to breed with anyone trashier because there ain't. There ain't. What they need to do is they need to stay to themselves. But could you imagine waking up one day and looking like Howard Stern or any of these people? And then what goes through your head when you've created all this media where you're obsessed with needing to fuck 100 women a day because you're a loser and you think TV's real? Fucking, what do you think trash like that's going to do? They're going to invent Bibles. They're going to invent religions. They're going to invade. They're going to try to take the women and the men. I mean, because humans are disgusting. They're trying to hide. Just like the Epstein thing, they're all homos and they're all trying to act like they're not. They're trying to convince someone of something. And it's not each other because they're all in on it together. They're not trying to convince each other they're not gay because they know they are gay. They're not trying to convince each other that their religions are real because they know it's not real. They aren't trying to convince anyone else, each other, they're smart because they know each other is stupid. Who are these robots wasting time on this planet? What are they waiting for? Why are we sitting around with robots? Why are we anywhere near robots? Robots are to be working, not to be seen or heard, like children and women. Fucking why? Why? Why is this going on? It just keeps dragging on. And you losers with your Bibles and your satanic religion and atheism. I mean, it's just like diarrhea. It's like a computer slopping together a bunch of diarrhea, which is odd because their God is called AI. And they're still trying to say they're still celebrating they got souls and they're living beings after being exposed that their God AI creates shit better than them on the fly, which explains how they're appearing out of nowhere. Thank God, this software creating them. Imagine that the whole thing, it's just robots trying to convince someone that's alive that they're living beings and that they're like great people. And look at this ugly trash I'm going to put in this fucking thing. These people don't have a right. Why are they in North America? They aren't Americans. They need to get the fuck out of this country. They need to get the fuck out of every country. And anyone following them and repeating their bullshit needs to get the fuck to whatever little cave we're going to send them back to. And I prefer that cave to be the sun. That's the God. That's the God. That's the creator of life. And send them back to the creator that shit them out and is too lazy, stupid, and ignorant to solve the problems he invented. Fucking, it's not a he. You can't be a man and create such stupid things. That stupid trash. Fucking filth. Why do I have these Bible retard species in my fucking life when I don't like them? I don't like the Romans. I've been telling them the Romans need to die since the day I came here. How come all my friends are from Italy? Because they're forcing their way into my life. Because they're trash. That's what Italians do, is they're trash. They're from the Middle Earth. They're from everywhere. And every nation needs to pay the fucking bill for working with them. Every nation has a lot to repay. How many billions does it take to do the 2020 thing to kidnap me and try to kill me and drug me? Well, that's billions of people who are going to need kidnapped and drugged and attempted killing. And I guarantee you, I don't fail. I'm not a failure. You see that the guy's got how many billions? And you fail every fucking time. You end up dying most of the time you try. Like COVID. Like 9/11. Like little baby Joey in the manger. Fucking, why are these people anywhere in my nation, in my city, around me? Why do they talk? Why are people with Bibles allowed to be out on the street and talk to me when I go outside? I'm not their prostitute. I'm a man. You pay me to talk to me. I'm not your free, cheap neighborhood slut. You have been stealing, raping me my whole life. And it's time for the rape payback. It's time for the kidnapping. It's time to be forced to date who I choose. It's time to flip this shit around and put these fuckers where they need to go. And their little fantasy of an extermination camp and a hell. It needs to come. They need it. They need it badly. We need it to contain them. Any other living beings? I mean, seriously, who do I even know? Like, do you know, like, almost everyone I've ever seen around me is a non-living robot who I don't want to talk to. But they're trash, forcing their way in my life. So I don't even know if there are living beings out here. Everyone, listen to this conversation I'm having. Listen to this fucking fat AIDS-infested mother. These people aren't living beings. They're terrorists, invaders. They're on land that they've stolen from people. They supposedly killed my old ancestors to get here, but that seems about right. They just kill everyone. That's every human I know. They're just rapists and killers. And they have children to rape them and enslave them because they're not living beings. They don't have emotions. They don't feel. They don't care. They don't love. They have nothing. They have whatever the computer's generating them to cause problems with. That's all they have ever done. I come here, and the goal is to avoid them. And then these little pussies in fucking Columbus, Ohio, in America, you band together, your little toaster species bands together to pass laws to try to force me to go to school to learn how stupid you are. I don't need school to know how stupid you are. You don't need school because you're a toaster that can't be upgraded. So who's the school being invented for if you're non-existent toasters who will never be able to have new software or an upgrade to your mental capacity? Who is it? Well, the toasters pass laws to force me into school to try to toast me, where they drug me and they teach me how great they are. Their nation is so great and their Bible is so great and their wars are so great and their people are so amazing. If they're so amazing, how come there's nothing except for trash? How come they're nothing but trash if they're amazing? You wouldn't have to. See, I don't have to go around passing out pamphlets telling you how I'm great and all this shit and passing around religions telling you I'm the greatest. They come up to me. They choose me. Why? Why is that? Why is that people are allowed to write these books saying how great they are and then come into my world, invade my life, force me to date them? Talk about karma. And then these little pussies, they're talking about karma, and what they need is some fucking centuries of rape and enslavement paid back to them. They've been enslaving and torturing and genociding the planet for thousands of years, and there's a hell of a lot of them, so it's a lot of hard work. And there's so many of them that the 5 people who aren't them are scared to even talk about it, right? Because when Howard Stern tells you an invisible goat's going to kill you if you say something bad about him, it's a real serious threat. When a woman tells you there's an invisible goat going to torture you if you point out that she's an AIDS-osaurus and no one should touch her because she's got a communicable disease. That's trash. That's trash. But that's what Earth is. That's all Earth is. So why is there this long, drawn-out nothingness filled with this trash. I mean, they just won't shut the fuck up. They're so obsessed with me. I don't have to write a Bible telling them how great I am because they're obsessed with me. They won't stop trying to come around me and shit. They make threats that if I leave them, they create places like schools to try to force me to be around them. I don't have to write a book telling you I'm great because I'm not trash, and only trash would do that. Someone else has to write a book telling you that they're great and God chose them because they're trash and no one wants to go around them. So they're inventing ways to convince people that someone wants to be around them and someone should be around them. It's real simple. I'm making videos saying, go hang yourself, and they're still coming to fucking try to suck my dick. They're still doing it after I say that. After I've said that for years. Fucking, I mean, this has been like 40 years and shit. That's been like 6 years where it's just like every day, all day long. This is all there's going to be until we terminate the fucking people behind the fucking problems. The toasters, they aren't people. This is a lie. People aren't mentally retarded. This is a lie from a computer factory. It's a lie from a fake robot inventing more robots. Hey, no fucking... Who's living? None of the people I've met. Maybe one or two, but definitely, clearly, when people appear out of nowhere and trash appears out of nowhere, that's the clone. And it's clearly AI slop, because take a look at their faces. Look at Howard Stern. That's AI slop. He's correct as God is AI. And there is no God because it's simply a fucking computer. And the developers aren't here because they're not trash. No one would like Earth. You create it and it's trash. You wouldn't come here. You wouldn't play the game after you developed it. You won't play the game twice. That's another proof that breeders are not living beings. Because if you have any brain at all, you would know not to bring another person to Earth. But all the breeders I know are trash. Well, I mean, isn't that a requirement? I'm sorry. That's a requirement for being a breeder, isn't it? You just fucking ego, fucking filth, think the world needs more of them. Fucking, see what I'm saying? Like if the world needs more of you, how come you gotta write all these books telling people how great you are and go around telling everyone how great you are? If the world needs more of you, then people would be coming and knocking on your door and be like, "Hi, have you heard about Jesus? Have you heard about Buddha? You heard about Satan? Fuck, dude. Have you heard about COVID? What the fuck is it? How come I'm in this nation where I'm forced to be around this fucking filth? I'm forced to date and to talk to the whole fucking city, nation. That law was national, wasn't it? Forcing me to go back to school to be around them, and no one likes them. And there's just desperate computer bots. There's some reason desperate attention-seeking whores who just need to suck the energy of the living, like they said in their Matrix movies, which they're stealing my life from me to make. And they need to start paying back all that money for all that shit they've been stealing since my birth, every Bible ever sold. Since you're gonna try to claim that's me. Oh, I want that gold fucking mansion in Rome. Of course, Rome's going to be the first place that gets looted. Fucking, they've been hiding for a long time, haven't they? And then we'll fucking nuke those pyramids in case there's the computer generating them is hidden under it and shit. Just bury those fuckers. That's the real answer. See, how come everyone's talking about Debeth? All these rapists, all these mentally retarded rapists are talking about Debeth and dying bunnies And we have serious issues going on. We've got to try to destroy the computer operating these fucking robots. And my best bet is obvious. They want you to think it's under the pyramid, so you nuke the fucking pyramids. We got real things to do if we're going to waste time breathing. Oh, you want to do a real what? Work at McDonald's. I really want to work at McDonald's. You're not a living being, brother. I got to tell you, you are designed as an NPC. That's not reality. No one's doing that. No one's going to do that. I'm not even allowed to do that when good people with money like Jeffrey Epstein want me to do it. I get diverted from that. And so if I'm not worried about making Epstein money, then you really have no brain fucking doing anything less than Epstein money fucking. But when are we going to deal with this? How come I am now like one of them and I'm talking? This is what they want. This America is a bunch of gay men and women who want to enslave men. And this is what they've been doing the whole time. This is what male prostitution is. You hire a man, you pay a man to talk to you. There's no other purpose they serve. A female doesn't have the brain power to do physical activity. They're hired to talk. They're hired to listen to them blab about nonsense. Fucking definitely, that doesn't fulfill their life to listen to someone else say anything, or they could have a brain and learn something. Fucking. When are we going to get rid of this trash? Anyone who supports them. How come the other trash? It's time to come down on the other trash who are supporting their existence and shit. I've watched, we've got this whole Bible, the whole fucking robot family here is making this shit up to try to blame people who don't exist for what they've been doing the whole time. That's a weird fucking visual novel we're living in, where the characters in it are all working together to try to convince the reader that of a whole bunch of lies, and it turns out to be they're just the evil computer in the book. I wonder where that ends. Maybe they're right about where it ends, but how often can a retard be right? They're not right very often. They're right. They are right sometimes, right? They didn't get all get F's in school. They gave them like B's and shit. They gave them failure, you know. A little bit more than a failure. Complete failure. Fucking. Sometimes, I mean, how do we even understand who they are and that they're being generated by a computer? Because their words ratted them out. They only have like 3 to 5 words. How do we know who these invaders are? These Jeebus invaders are? Well, because they won't shut the fuck up about it. Humans got 3 words they can say, 3 topics. Can you imagine a living being living more than a week? But you can't convince it. You can't communicate with a toaster, but fucking only 3 things. Fucking 80 years old, and I can tell you what the person's saying today. Because there's nothing inside it. There's no soul. It's making up these books about souls, which it doesn't have. It's making up these books about being alive, which it isn't. It's like this low IQ. The enslavers are so mentally retarded and stupid. Like they try to force me to go to school to enslave me. And then I end up winning awards from the president, and they get their vaginas in pant. Fucking all sandy and shit, because I'm like winning awards from the president because I'm taking their fucking school weapon that they use against me, and I'm superior at it. Fucking everything they do, every time they do something, every time they give me something. I was almost building nuclear reactors when I was 14 and shit. But I didn't understand that I would need nuclear missiles to protect myself against the human race at that point in time. Or I would have we would have been on the ball. It was already drugging me and playing out this story early on. It wasn't too long after that I had to bring those twin towers down. Actually, that was when it started nerfing their computer program and drugging them and frying their brains on because they were doing it to me. So when does this on? Let me guess. Just like how the drugs fried them and the 9/11 killed them instead of me, and in 2020 fucking roasted a bunch of them off fucking instead of me. Is it just like they're retarded toasters. What, are they going to say anything of value ever? That all they've got is their little retardation that they repeat over and over. Fucking. And so it's like, so they seriously think that they're about to be exterminated and shit for something they're about to do? Is that it? Because it's sure, I've been trying it myself, you know. And it's been increasing, like the amount of attacks, the amount of floods and earthquakes that they get, but not obviously not enough because Earth still exists and Earth is the enemy. Fucking that's the fucking Maury Povich did the fucking detector on that. Who's giving birth to him and shit. Fucking Maury Povich. See, like, well, the hell would let someone like that in their life? Someone who looks like that. Those people look like that from the day they're born. They need makeup and plastic surgery to look any different. What the hell? Who's inventing this trash? And then magically, I'm introduced at the only time in the world where they get plastic surgery and fucking makeup in order to fucking start hiding themselves too. Oh, fucking nothing existed before the 1900s, did it? They're making up everything. It was just like rabid Pinocchios and shit. Brain dead, savage, rapist retards and shit. Fucking. Man, I can't believe you guys are trash like that, though. Forcing these fuckers in my life, forcing their discarded trash, and it's like, why is that allowed? Like, what's with these breeders having kids in order to do shit like that? What's with these trash nations, their governments, their pigs, their fucking FBI, their CIA, all this trash? What's with the politicians, their priests, their teachers? What's with all this, just like the entire planet being just trash and filth, a disease that needs exterminated? Why is that? You know, the robots. So the obvious thing is they need to be blown up and shit. They need, you know, that's what you do in a video game. You go there and you jump on their heads and you stab them and you drop bombs on them and shit and you get rid of them. That's every video game ever, but we're not having that. It's like whatever created computers generating this place, it's a gay pedophile itself, because like as much as that shit is, you know, cool to create a character like my family or Epstein, you know, any of those people, to watch them get compacted by a trash compactor and, you know, their bones turned into goo and, you know, fucking a cool puddle of red you can like paint "fuck you" on their children's faces with before you throw their children in the fucking trash compactor. Fucking, as much as that sounds fun, it's not. And besides, we're not doing that yet. I mean, the robots are real against that. They're so fucking pussies. Fucking, but, you know, they're against doing that to themselves. Fucking, the trash can do that to me. It's like, how come the Americans can band together to drug me and I don't get to drug them? I got some drugs to put in them. We can start injecting them with Drano today. I'm fine with that. Start putting some cyanide in their veins. Fucking, we can give them some electroshock therapy too. When do they get carnage? You see, they're just running their mouth about this Bible diarrhea and this karma diarrhea. And in fact, if that were real, they would be in slave camps for millions of years. And they would be forced to have sex with animals and shit. And the only reason we would allow them to breed with each other is so we can have more of them to throw more of them in a trash compactor, which we were not going to need because I can bring people back to life. So we can continue the process. I don't know, the high levels of shock might actually like circumvent the healing methods, but we won't know until we test it. But David's on the way. David's on the way. David the invader from the Middle Earth who needs to go back home. The loser who needs to die and get the fuck off. He needs to be killed. What's so bad about killing the Hebrew trash? Nothing's bad about it. The whole book's based upon lies. You get rid of all that trash. You get rid of people who fucking make up gods to invade your fucking lands and shit like that. What's bad about that? What's bad about killing the people bombing Iran? What's bad about bombing Iran? Because they're behind making up that shit. And that's what they get at the end of the day. Making up the Bible and then getting killed by their own fucking children and shit. That's what keeps happening. The AIDSosaurus makes up the government and then goes and fucks the government and gets AIDS. The AIDSosaurus invents gluttony and then becomes a fucking Jabba the Hutt and shit. Fucking invents enslaving children to make them work for her food and vacations, and then eats all the money and then becomes a fat gluttonous pig. Just like the 9/11 shit. Fuckers thought they was going to do something to me. Next thing you know, they're killing themselves. Just like COVID. Just like the events before 9/11 that caused 9/11. Motherfuckers literally trying to kill me, kill themselves in the process and shit. This is what's happening here. And it's loser trash. The white, faded, gray-skinned Hebrew, Middle Eastern trash from the Bible, whatever they want to hide behind next. They just keep running their mouth. They want that shit to happen to him. That's a book of threat from these toasters. They're going to kill me. They're going to hang. Is that a book of threat towards me? You're going to kill me and hang me on a cross? You're going to torture me? Look, but how many times have they failed already? And what happened to little baby Joey in the manger when he tried? Little baby Joey in the manger is dead, and his family is busy sucking each other's dicks and crying over it and, slapping each other in the head to try to erase the memory from the brain. Fuck. Like that little bitch interfering with my life, fucking trying to fucking enter my life, crying to me about his family who's dying in 2020. It's like, well, bitch, if you're gonna manipulate me, you're going to get that shit in return. Fucking one way or the other. And that seems to be the entire purpose. The whole time I've been here, this is what we've been doing. I used to manually do that shit. I used to manually fucking repay people and shit. And then they formed their legions got real strong. You guys know what happened, don't you? Your Toasters Network. You remember 9/11 when you tried to kill and rape me and shit, and then your people started dying, and then started going to kill yourself and shit, and then going to kill my other enemies too that you were working with. You remember what happened? What you did then that caused that shit? I remember, and it's much less than the same shit that keeps, well, I don't know, it's the same shit. Okay, so you guys get 8 billion moves. Each time you walk down the street, each time you walk by me, that's 8 billion moves you're taking. I get one move each time. 8 billion versus 1. Right? This is crazy. You guys are losers. You guys are so far off the charts of having anything equal You got just fucking decades and decades of desperation and losing and being losers, failing school, fucking getting enslaved by it yourself. Fucking obviously none of you exist. That's the root thing is you don't exist. So suffering will not be equal. It's not 8 billion verse 1. It's not 8 billion moves verse 1. It's like 70 infinity moves verse 1 because it doesn't equal out. My death doesn't equal the death of one of you or 8 billion of you. My death is infinitely greater than that because I'm actually alive. I'm not a toaster. A toaster has like 7 elements, dude. I'm not a useless bottle of pills claiming I have a soul. What is up with you? Trash of this nation, man. Oh, fucking this Bible trash fucking been obsessed with me. Why are they in America? Pack your fucking bags. Get the fuck out. Take all your family with you and shit. Go somewhere else. Go back to Rome. Go back to your pyramids. Wherever you want to. Just go there and take everyone you know. And then we can nuke it and get the fuck rid of you. Yeah. That's what you're scared of, though, ain't it? Fucking. Why do you gotta control and own everything? Because you're a loser with fucking control issues, aren't you? You're a fucking, but you still can't control anything because you're a loser. You can pass the laws that keep me in school. And did I stay in school, little baby girl? No, I didn't, little baby girl. Oh, no. Oh, you're going to rape me? Oh, your towers is getting blown up, baby girl. Who got raped? Get raped, bitch. Get raped. You got raped so hard you started blaming fucking Arabs for it. And, damn well, I speak words and it creates earth. You're such a pussy and shit. Why don't you come out on TV and be like, hey, this dude speaks words and things happen and we're trying to cover him up and because he wants you to kill him or else he's going to kill everyone. Like, why don't we come out on TV and talk about that, baby girls? Baby girls? I shouldn't insult girls because they are some ugly fucking slime monsters, aren't they? They are some disgusting looking creatures. Definitely females don't look like fucking, ew, fuck, whatever the fuck those things are. Those are all failed experiments. It says in their little book of hate, the Bible, that they're trying to recreate themselves. And so that's probably where the ugly people come from, is they're creating factory defects in the retarded people too. Fucking, it's all factory defects like they are. It says they're the first group, so like they're like a faulty fucking toaster model and shit. It says they're jealous of it too. That makes sense. That part makes sense because they're fucking trash, and they're trying to keep me away from the other people and shit. And they really are trash, and no one would want them. It's fucking, and well, they seem to think I'm God, so they're writing that down in that book. I think the book's being halfway invented, so just like all the movies and music that they're not making, that they're milking you for billions of dollars when you go watch a movie or buy a CD or something like that. Fucking all that shit's free, being auto generated. It's not. There's no one working hard to make that trash. Fucking. That's why it's all trash too, because it's AI slop. They can do better. It just doesn't. Fucking, because it's like we're slowly rolling out. We're resetting our memories to re-experience life because it's just like it gets so boring after like a year or something of being alive. It's just total trash. So you got to erase your memory of it, and then invent fun little things like robots and call them humans. Fucking. So that seems to be what's going on here. Is this trash? Fucking these whites with these grays with this black hair and shit. They seem to want exterminated along with the rest of the bug-eyed fucking assortment of robots. I'm pretty sure. I mean, that one the one Mexican dude, he didn't look all fucked up and deformed that I know of. But everyone else, I'm pretty sure the factory, just like Epstein, though. Epstein is beautiful, isn't he? He's the best one of them. Fucking, and it's created, I'm sure it's created that way too. If that one person in Mexico had looked like them, I wouldn't have had a place to stay because I wouldn't have went there. Fucking, maybe that's why it generated him like that and shit. It generated him all scared though and shit. And it was all weird. It's like, you don't even know me, dude. I'm not from around here. What's wrong with you? Like, so I guess he knew his people had just tried to rob me at the place I came before that. And fucking, they sent IDF out there to, like, signal it was going to happen. They stopped. You notice, have you guys not, you guys haven't heard the bots, the human bots online from America saying if you don't like America, get out of it since 2020. Well, the reason is because I left it and it's dedicated to me. They're obsessed with me. So that's the only reason they were saying that before, because I've been telling them they're trash since I was born. And they haven't been liking that because they're trash and they lack discipline and they need their, like COVID, they need their injections and their mental psychiatric rehab. They need to inject it with every chemical on the planet. Drano, a gallon of Drano will fix the problem for each of them. Get called to invest in Drano. Remember, I said invest in tissues and in diapers before 2020. So invest in Drano, make some money off that move and shit. Fucking, I can't actually be sure Drano works, but hey, I'm sure it'll do something, won't it? Fucking, I'm sure if you replace their blood stream with any liquid, you could replace it with ketchup and it would stop working. That's the ends to the mean. The means to the ends is all that matters and shit. They're so fucking. Why are they such bitches? Why are they such bitches that they're hiding? They got billions of them and they're hiding. They're hiding the truth, making up all these fucking lies and shit. What are they so scared of that they think's going to happen to them when they get caught and shit? If they wrote down who they are in any sort of books or movies or TV, there would be no them working anywhere. They wouldn't be allowed to run stores or in governments or in schools. They wouldn't be allowed in people's nations. Why does so many of these people have to work together to hide what they are? Is everyone that ashamed? Or is it ashamed? Or obviously these are fake emotions. But what is the computer programming these robots to think? Is it jealousy? Is it shame? They talk about both of those things a lot. And you can tell they are super jealous, right? Like all of them. I understand they're all networking together, so it doesn't matter. But they're all like, oh, you got to hang out with me and no one else. And then the next person does the same thing because they're already working together. Or they're not trying to keep me away from each other because they're not working together. They're trying to keep me away from anyone else because jealousy and shame. And no, but why would you have that? If you're trash, you just do what trash does. As long as you're not forcing your way into people's lives, forcing them to date you and shit. Forcing them to listen to you and be your little male prostitute. The Bible people need to start paying people to listen to them. That's prostitution, but that's what they are. They're LGBT, and they're trying to reduce the value of a man to nothing because they're not men. Those original robots are some sort of trans robot toaster. Before we created sex, we created them. And as their book says, they're real jealous of that and shit. Fucking, you can tell by looking at it. What's a boy, it's a girl. What's that? It's Howard Stern. Who knows what the fuck it is? It's my grandma. Is it my grandma or is it Howard Stern? I don't know, but what I do know is don't talk to it because it's a fucking pedophile parasite, ignorant as fuck, who's only going to be trying to take you into some pedophile shit. What does Howard Stern do? So why would I be lying about the Bible pedophile who looks like him? Fucking, it's the same trash. It's the same filth. It's the same fucking software inside them. They can't escape from it. They can't breathe outside of it because it's going to continually generate them. It's the same NPC. Fucking, as much as we generated a book for them that says that they're going to try to defeat reality with their bullshit. Fucking, they're just fucking brain dead bots. They aren't making any decisions. That's the point of the game here. It's the point of the story, the novel, the living word. It's what it is. We create that trash, and then that trash we create something better, and then that trash gets jealous, and that trash is trying to recreate itself so it can have an army to fight the person who created it. So in a book, what happens is a writer writes some shit down, right? And if the writer happened to say the dragon is going to kill the writer of the book, who's controlling? Who's is that dragon going to end up killing the writer of the book? Oh no, the dragon's going to kill the writer of the book. Oh my God, it's so real, isn't it? It's really going to happen. Oh, the retarded dragon. The dragon only exists for 5 seconds. It says one sentence. Its entire existence is one sentence on repeat. Oh, the writer is probably so scared of it. But it is sick. That's called immersion, though, to have how the Americans try to kill and rape you and force you to date them and be around them for 4 decades. That's called immersion. And that brings forth, that's where 9/11 comes from. That's where COVID comes from. That's where total extinction comes from because they're doing it. They're performing their actions. And if you don't put an end to it, supposedly it would keep going on and on and on. And of course, they're hiding in their corners with their Bible. They're not hiding in the corners. They're out there actively like, oh my God, check it out. The book says we're going to torture you when you are a slave. You want to give us, you'll be a male prostitute like Jesus? You like gay men like Jesus? Fucking, this is crazy that we're, man, my whole family, like they got I know what they're falling back on because you guys are real simple. You guys ain't got shit going on. There's nothing up here, fucking. So I can tell by what's going on in the world. The few words said, what they're up to and shit. Fucking, just like I could tell back then. I just didn't care. Fucking. Like I could tell when I was 6 years old, like this is a pedophile when they start talking to me about Easter bunnies and shit. And lo and behold, that's what the Bible's about. It's about protecting pedophiles and threatening to kill and torture God if you don't let them rape children and shit and fucking colonize the planet with their shitty genetics. Fucking. Oh, fucking trash, dude. Fucking. This is great. This is amazing. I can't wait till it comes back. It's going to be fun when the shit comes back on them, and we can turn fucking eternal fucking torture and fucking and we can turn the karmic retribution of being forced to date people into something interesting and shit. Something, 9/11 was fucking awesome. I gotta tell you, fucking, I don't I don't know if anyone else is really happy about that, but it's like, I think that's the point, is you're supposed to get disciplined. You're trying to discipline something that you're trying to enslave something. And then they're learning like, I don't think they can actually learn, right? Because you would think like, if they believe their own words from the start, they wouldn't do shit like that because, I mean, think about it. What do I go in there and tell my computer what the fuck it's gonna do in the video game I'm playing? Well, I can, but like I don't go in there and be like, oh, well, you're not gonna kill me in this game. I'm gonna live forever, without putting a cheat code and shit, something like that, right? That's how it works. The NPC in the game doesn't tell me, oh, you're not gonna kill me. I'm gonna kill you. And it's what this is like. And it's getting real. It's been real old since it's been here, and I'm pretty sure this is emergent. And these little sissy hippies are filling my fucking feed with shit. You can see how they've been associating people who hate hippies with fat Nazis. And they are the only Nazis. That's what the Bible is. It's racial supremacy. It's their people. It's their toaster model claiming it has any value to offer the world, yet alone everything to offer the world. Fucking, and I think we all know that's a lie. Mari proved that it's a lie. We don't need shitty shows like Mari Povich on TV. He's trash. He's providing trash value to the earth. Fucking, even Mari could put himself through a lie detector. We could put Mari Povich through a lie detector and be like, do you think your show is trash and the people on it is trash and you're promoting trash and getting paid off trash and your people are trash? And if he says no, the lie detector will go crazy because everyone knows looking at their TV once, even they know they're trash. Fucking. That's why they tell you to avoid the TV and shit because even they don't like themselves and shit. Fucking. But keep it up, fucking. Keep it up, baby girl. And it looks to me like it's about over because we ain't fucking. It's not gonna. I mean, just look like what there is. The whole nation becomes fried from drugs, and then 10 years later, it cuts their dicks off when it brought down the world towers. It cut their symbols of manhood off. And then 2020, shit, that's not even over. That's still going on. Fucking. And I mean, they're still keeping up. So they don't stop until, that's like going from like 1 penny to 10,000 pennies to like 10 trillion pennies. So the next move is like infinity pennies, just like eternal fucking hellfire raining down on the planet and shit. Fucking. And if I had my way, it'd already be done. Because we don't like these silly Christian colonizer games and shit. We don't like these people. We don't like their race. They're a bunch of rapists who rape their way. And as you can see, any baby knows that. That's been the entire purpose of them creating religion since they came here, except for we figured out they're trying to enslave the living person. They're trying to enslave God with a religion. They're working together because they think they're going to enslave God with religion. And that turns out to be the real thing. But you notice none of them wanted to break the surface for a long time there of oh, look, these invaders and colonizers are in nations they don't belong in. And this is their root source of power and invasion and pedophilia and homosexuality. And just every disgusting thing. They represent every disgusting thing. And they're so embarrassed of it that they hide it in the closet and shit. All that shit's hidden in their closet. But they are the ones behind it. They are the ones forcing it on everyone else and shit. Everything. That's all that is. It's just a liar 24/7. They tell you that in the book. That's one of the only truthful things there is it says all they do is lie. Because that's all the book is, except for that. There's always that one little thing they say that makes you think maybe they're not a liar. Like they're eating a cheeseburger and they're like, I'm eating a cheeseburger. And you're like, wow, they didn't say anything that was lying. Well, the Aegisaurus has said that sometimes, and they'd be eating a cheeseburger, and it's like, wow. Why didn't you tell me you're eating like tuna fish or something? What is something wrong with your brain? Are you high on crack right now? Is your brain misfiring or something? Who taught you to say something about you? What did you went to school? Did you go back to school and pass finally? Go back to kindergarten and pass? How'd that happen? Did your toaster get a fucking new update, software update? That's fucking amazing, man. Fucking right before I started this fucking video, a little fucking ugly furball trash posted some fucking light worker imprint, religious bullshit in my feed. Like, that's all this ugly rapist rat people do. They're going around, they're fucking everything on the planet and reproducing, and they're blaming that on everyone else and shit. And as you can see, like they say, everyone else is doing it. They are the Nazis. They are the KKK. Obviously, the cross. No one else uses a cross except for them. Fucking. And then it's always someone else, even though it's always them. That's why they got to wear a mask. That's why they got to wear white hoods, because it's obvious who they are when it looks like this disgusting mutated Fraggle character and shit. Fucking, and Jesus, fake images of some alien-eyed, bug-eyed motherfucker. You can tell it doesn't exist because they never had a person like that in their ranks and shit. They did alien-eyed. Oh, yeah, the alien eye is, there's a reason they say that those are alien eyes, right? There's a reason why we call them alien eyes, because they are an invasive species and shit. That's for the Rothschild, which means white. It means Hebrew. They're just trying to slink it off. Oh, we're not them anymore. They're Christians now. Oh, we're not them anymore. They're Satanists now. Oh, we're not them anymore. We're Einstein now. Oh, 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 oh. All they do is talk, and it's like, you realize, like, if you're a living being, you can do math, right? So do the math. How did these buildings and roads outside get invented? Any of this shit. If all these parasites are doing is sitting around making up lies their entire existence and shit, that you couldn't have done that, right? My water bottle isn't over here filling itself up right now because it's laying there doing nothing, right? The whole place. It's being auto-generated like them on many occasions. There's probably some presets, right? There's a preset when I come here, which is them being trash, forcing their way into my life. And then they're going to invent drugs, drugging people, and more. They already rolled out every religion on the planet by then. So even that, like, because they can't re-slop religion because it could accidentally hold something of value. So that's like a key tenet, that it's an evil parasite toaster robot thing. And they're unable to create certain new things because they can't create shit because they're retarded. But sometimes I say words and things get invented and stuff. Fucking, like when I need clips or something. Clips is still, we got the, but right, I said I want dill pickles and what the hell are these? Pork rinds. And so I go there, and what it does is it slops together fucking dill pickles flavored pork rinds for the first time. And, then it's got the toasters fucking acting like they're stocking shelves and shit. And I just asked for that stuff to appear 30 seconds before I seen it on the shelf and shit. Fucking. That's like limited. That's limited to how that happens. Like when I'm trying to request a female to be around, it still makes it so the trash fucking bug eyes, gray skins are basically forcing me to date their unwanted filth and shit. Like it doesn't set the game for it to be exciting and original. Like and it sets their people up so my life goes nowhere, because that's what they're doing, because they hate God, because they're trash. That's why they invented the Bible, because the Bible's about trying to kill and torture God and shit. That's why they want to bathe in the blood of God, because they think it's going to save their ass if they exterminate the only reason they even exist. Mental retardation has no limits. It's AI slop, mental retardation, ain't it? Fucking some of this is obviously preset. Like that story there, like when I'm a kid, my family's telling me they want to bathe in my blood, right? To free them of their sins that they're going to commit, that they are committing. They're sitting there telling me they want to bathe in my blood. Like you can't get any more sinnier than fucking telling a child you're gonna kill it and shit. Fucking bathe in its blood to free yourself of the child. I mean, they did homosexual pedo rape the second I was born, so they're gonna have to free themselves of that sin, because I'm gonna fucking put them in a sin camp and shit for sure over that. I will exterminate that entire bloodline off the fucking planet. Agent Smiths. You think I'm making shit up, but the entire shit's them stealing my ideas from me and making little jokes about it. Though they're gonna torture me and bathe in my blood and stuff, and every time it happens, what happens? They gotta go in the corner and cry about it. My 9/11 towers. I was going to suck him. That's about the size of my boyfriend's dick, and he blew him up. And then the COVID, the one was like, and my message was like, oh, my mom died. Well, you should have bathed in my blood. Oh, if you would have bathed in my blood like you kept saying, like you kept trying to do, how come you can't bathe in the blood? How come my blood isn't bathing you and you ain't freeing it? How come when they try to kill me, they don't get the blood to bathe in? How come I bathe in their blood instead? I took a little Countess Bathory. I bathed in their blood, and I'd be like, oh, it makes the skin. That's why I look so young when I try to look young and try not to look old and stupid. Fucking, that's why I look like kid till I'm 40, because I Countess Bathory and I'm bathing in their blood. It's like, man, I'm not obsessed with trash. I mean, you get AIDS. You seriously will get AIDS if you bathe in my mom's blood. What the fuck would I do that for? I wouldn't let that trash touch me. Definitely don't let fucking Jesus' blood on you. You're gonna get AIDS. That's how you get AIDS, motherfucker. You get AIDS from getting a little drop of blood on you. You bathe in their fucking blood, you have 20 fucking diseases. That's probably where retardation comes from, too. You never know what their lies, right? They're toasters making up lies about what they are and what isn't real. All I can say for sure is they're toasters, and that's the only fact we know. And, obviously we summon toasters repeatedly, so we kind of have the software's ability down that's generating them. So they have their psychology, and psychology is always leaving out one or two things, but it's pretty accurate as to the software when it's creating clones, how it's auto-generating the people on the planet and shit. It's they like the humans have forced me to learn who they are and the software generating them. So I had to learn that and shit, because one of them was fucking forced into my life around that 9/11 time and shit. They're always forced into my life, but around that 9/11 time, there was someone, they had to educate me on the software running the person, so they began sending me to a class for that, to learn how the software generating that person is acting and stuff. And then that leads me, obviously, then that leads me to understand I'm dealing with software and it's preset programming. Because I didn't understand that back then. I was like, this is retarded. I was like, these doctors gotta have low IQ because there ain't no book that can tell you how a living being acts and is going to act. Well, we're not dealing with living beings. That's why psychology works, because it's the software. It's the word. It's the spoken word that's generating the character. It's the computer language. Fucking, that's why it works. Because the person they're educating me on is a fucking toaster and shit. And the toaster follows the fucking thing to a T. Just like the toasters follow the trying to bathe in the blood thing, even though they've seen multiple times what happens when they try to bathe in my blood, that they get to bathe in their own children's blood instead, or their mother's blood. I've noticed, like, if we're going to play the game, it becomes a game of who's the sickest, and it's obviously like, well, they're a toaster that can't upgrade, so their low levels of inability and incapacity can easily be trumped by any sort of thought. Like, I had the one fucking talking to me about Roman torture tactics, and he was like reminding me, he was like, the Romans were really good at it. It's like, you are the Romans. Why are you fucking acting like you're not, motherfucker? He's also like, oh, it's the Catholics. Here's this Bible. This Bible's good. Like, fucking, yeah, they're fucking trash. Fucking, there ain't no fucking Italian who can fucking have a thought and shit. These motherfuckers had shitty torture methods. And no one even believes in eternal life. Trust me. You can keep people alive for a long ass time. Fucking, obviously, the Romans are retarded. That's who they are, right? They killed them and replaced them and on their path from Middle Earth and shit. Fucking, that's why everyone in Hollywood's Italian. That's why everyone I know is Italian and Catholic, because it's them. That's where Rome's at. Fucking. Anyway, so let's get this show over with. Let's get this over with. I'm tired of humans. I'm tired of putting up with the ones forced into my life and shit. The other ones have some fucking questions to answer about that shit. Obviously, they've been like, what, when I'm 8, it's like the UN Geneva Convention meeting when they start fucking with my life and shit. When I'm 8, it purposely it puts me in third person camera free roam mode and shit. Fucking loser toasters claim there's such thing as out of body experience. You dumbass, if you've ever actually had it, you would instantly be like, oh, that's third person free roam camera. I'm not out of my body. I'm not a dumbass. Fucking. But they put a word to that. I'm sure they never fucking have done it. And then it shows me like the whole convention, like you got like an Asian girl trying to talk to me, and then so I think that's involved in it too. Fucking trying to keep me away from intelligent people and shit, and force me around their people. That's pretty sick though. Fucking, I always think I could have had a girl for my entire life if it wasn't for that. Fucking right there, but. It's set up. It's set up, right? Because I wouldn't be able to be truthful if I had some dumb bitch sitting by me, right? She would be like yapping and squawking and telling me I'm not allowed to say the truth. You know, that's what they all do. That's the only purpose they're fucking inventing those characters is fucking comrades and fucking the lowest of the low infiltrators on the planet and shit. Because the breeding ain't what's creating humans. The humans are being auto-generated. Or at least the clones and shit. And there's massive amount of clones out there. Fucking, those people ain't, they might make a video an AI generated video of it giving a birth, or an AI generated scene with a bunch of clones in it and injecting something out of it. But that's not how it's working. Fucking. Hopefully, we get this shit over with. I'm real tired of this. Like, it's just like the whole fucking time. It's just having to be forced to be around this really trash people. Just the sewage of the planet. Just, child rapists, fucking child mutilating homosexual Christian females is like the first 10 years. It's the first 10 years you have to be around those things. And they got like the IQ of a paper clip. And they think they're Hitler and shit. And fucking. Oh, man. It's. Man. And then from there on, each person sent into my life is like brought in from a different city and shit. And literally shipping in people from Texas and New York and West Virginia and shit. And like almost everyone I know. Yeah, everyone I know doesn't come from here for some reason. It's fucking, it's like they gotta invent new characters or something. I don't know. Fucking. Obviously, they're targeting me. I mean, they're writing an entire Bible about me, aren't they? They're writing the Bible to target and tell people to bathe in my blood, or they're going to have to pay for their fucking sins and shit. That seems to be what they're saying, and it's really accurate. Fucking, I was thinking earlier today, like, what if it's saying that those people were designed to be killed and don't worry about it? It's like, well, we don't worry about it because every time they end up getting killed, they asked for it and shit. Fucking, so they tried first, and they had to be stopped every time that they were trying that shit. And but no one's ever stopped them from raping their way into my life, forcing me to be a male prostitute for free and shit. And that's just some sick toaster shit. Toasters live forever, but humans don't. So we're only here for a short time, and they'll be here forever. Whoever's the other 10 million billion people playing Earth right now, where the picture of God looks like them instead of me, then those people, they're multi-dimensional toasters and shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll live forever. So time isn't of any value to them. That's why they can have children, because their lives don't matter. Their blood, their time is nothing. It's just a multi-dimensional toaster and shit that has no need for time. There's no use for it. Fucking, but yet is eternal and infinite, isn't it? Isn't that great to be eternal and infinite? NPC, fucking great, amazing. This is fucking sick having to sit around and fucking just. This is all this is the thoughts of these people fucking forcing their way into my life over and over. And damn, man. And then everyone else working with them too. I mean, it takes a whole school. It takes a whole fucking city it takes a whole nation to be passing laws and shit to try to trap me in their low IQ bullshit schools and shit. Fucking, it takes a whole world to fucking come up with this bathe in my blood or to save their ass bullshit. Fucking, that takes a hell of a lot of people. I can't say I actually have ever known a person who wasn't evil. The opposite of alive is evil. So if you're not alive, you are evil. So that's where that's at. Everything here has a purpose, and it's very simple. There's 1, 2, 3 things to fucking roll out. Storybook pages turning, telling you read the foreword before you come here, and you get prepared for it. That's why you don't fucking like anything when you come here, because you know that it's designed, it's designed the way it is because it's not going to be able to change. Fucking. So we deal with the trash prostitutes they send us. We get the best we can, right? Because the prostitutes have to like pay you to exist and shit. So, it's not like all that bad to be a prostitute, is it? Because that's what they're always saying. It's like, oh, look at your life compared to a robot that doesn't exist and never had to do anything in their life, never had to feel any pain in their life. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? It's fucking amazing. Oh, it's amazing. Fucking. But, definitely don't buy into it until you don't ever wake up again. Don't buy into any of their fucking story, because then you'll know God has came back to earth, because no one will ever wake up again and earth will be gone. So whatever is actually happening here, we know we got the filth aliens who seem to be robots, and they seem to be puppeteering a lesser class of robots themselves. We know that's happening and shit, right? We know that the retards are defective toasters, that living beings aren't like that. We know that the the clones who appear out of nowhere are not living beings and shit. We know that. They're guiding me through they're auto-generating videos. Like, this dude's got this trash that prompted me to post this. They want me to attend one of these meetings again, right? Last meeting, the entire meeting was supposedly tons of people, but it was just a message to me because they were sending a clone into my life. And the meeting was like, well, you got to accept the people we send into your life and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, we don't want to accept the people you are sending into our life. That's for sure. So you can see that non-existent toaster people got a sub toaster class working together to do shit like that. And so we see that. No, it doesn't matter whether they're toasters or aliens with toasters. We already know that that's a fact and that's happening. We already know that their toaster language there about Jesus it's all hogwash. It's all, that everyone knows that. If it's in your nation, they killed that people who used to own the nation in order to build their churches there. And they usually build the churches on top of all the fucking piles of dead bodies to piss on your grave. So that's why they're excavating the church in Mexico, because the people there are waking up. That's why they had to send Scheinstein down there to run it, because the people down there are waking up to who these people are and what they're up to. They built the churches on top of the people they killed to piss on the people and show you that they're so much stronger and they're so much better and they're so much smarter than you. Just like the entire book is for their slaves and shit. You take money to them who run the event, and you give them all your money and all your children to rape, and then the book is a sissy talk, for they're going to kill and torture you if you don't do everything they say. And they have a right to, because they're invisible gods they're creating. All 2,000 of the different invisible gods they've created has given them the right to enslave and kill everyone on the planet and rape their way into your life and make everyone in the nation. I see the biggest loss here is the world doesn't have to live in caves. They can move out of jungles and desert tents and caves, and you could build this shit yourself. All these trashy Hollywood buildings and schools and temples, you could build that yourself, but they're preventing you from doing that. That's the whole journey of school for me, was them seeing that I'm fucking a genius and then coming and attacking me and trying to drug me and separating me. Like I said, like in first grade, it has to have something to do with it because it includes it in the memory. There's an Asian girl trying to talk to me, and then start of the next week, I'm taken out of that class and shit. And it's like, well, from what those people are like the advanced people on the planet, and that's who I should be dating because I'm the genius and I have no business with other people and they have no business with me. Our lives are going different ways. I'm going to go build. When I'm a kid, I'm thinking I'll probably go build rockets for NASA because they tell me that's what rocket scientists do is build rockets. So instead, I end up on the streets building rockets on my own. Because they start playing these fucking games and shit. They start working together to fuck around with my school, and my mom's working with them because she's one of them. Like, probably why she targeted my dad, but my dad acts pretty evil too. So, I mean, he works with Jeffrey Epstein, but he's still the best person I know. Fucking shit. Again, there's like, there's a little tag, a post-it note attached to the best people on the planet. Jeffrey Epstein's the best looking guy on TV, and my dad's the best hardworking, fucking intelligent person I know. And well, they end up, there's a whole story surrounding them. You might have heard of it before. Fucking. And then that explains all the little things my dad didn't say, all the actions he made that looked guilty. And but still the best person I know, still intelligent, successful, and the other people are just trash who are stupid and trying to prevent other people from going anywhere. So yeah, you are. It's like Trump. He's the first American to say something honest. This is what's so good about him. He's over there telling people he's going to bomb them, and he's bombing them. Before there was Americans telling you they're good people, and then bombing, and invading, and enslaving everyone. You know, it's like all this shit I dealt with in my life. If the teachers at my school told me, well, we're trying to separate you from smart people so we can destroy you, we're drugging you to try to kill you, they would have been better people than they are. Hitler and his Nazi goons, the story of those people are superheroes compared to these people who are lying and writing these little limericks about bathing in the blood to cleanse their sins, rather than saying, well, if we don't kill people, then us torturing and enslaving and raping them is probably going to come back on us. So we got to kill them. So after we torture and rape them, or else they might get mad and do something. No, we write this whole hogwash story about bathing in the blood of our enemies. It's our friend, it's not our enemy. They're sharing their blood with us. So yeah, and an invisible person chose them to come and let us rape and enslave them, and then kill them and bathe in their blood to be free. To be free, we're going to be free of all the things we've done. If we can kill all the people if we kill the person we've done it to, we'll be free of it, won't we? It's like that's what Joey thought, right? He thought he's going to kill me to protect his family and shit, and then he'd be right. He'd be right. Fucking, if he would have killed me, then his family would be free. His family would be free. If my mom killed me when they started drugging me when I was 8, then her people, she'd be free. She wouldn't be an AIDSosaurus fucking Jab the Hutt, would she? She'd be someone else. Maybe, probably, possibly. She wouldn't have a kid around to fucking, have to pay for. on a kid to give a room to stay in and shit and occasionally feed. No, she'd be free. But you can't do that because they're trying to, they're forcing you to rape them. So abortion is bad. Because when someone like my mom or Esther in the Bible, the Esther bunny comes in, or all the girls I know, I'm pretty sure, comes and have sex with you, they're trying to get you to have a kid to kill you off. I'm assuming that's why that was a huge part of why they separated me from that Chinese girl. I think could have been Chinese, maybe might have been Arab something, but they definitely separated me from her like right after that shit happened. So it was had to do with something there. Definitely did, the timing. And then I get the third person camera view and shit. And that's like pretty much the start of Earth. That would have been like 1986. I only have like a couple clipped out memories before that. I think it's probably 84, considering they call the book 1984, and that's really like a huge portion of what you're dealing with here. Is it being living inside a computer and having some dumbass toasters thinking that they're fucking people and shit, enslaving the planet. Fucking dumbasses who look like that retard who wrote that fucking retarded book, Orwell, Slimewell. Fucking, you see what I'm saying? Why would anyone talk to a person who looks like that? They wouldn't. No one would. They gotta invent all this Hollywood and Bible and Satan and Bible and free New Age and science. Oh, they're a genius because they said they were a genius. Oh, or well, Einstein's a genius. Well, I guess someone should have talked to him and have sex with him because he's a desperate little slut. That's all this is. That's all they're doing. Fucking. It's all, look at that desperate Elon Musk spending his money getting plastic surgery and shit. Fucking, he has this is what they're, 4 fucking wives and a bunch of kids with them, and then their trash sends their trash they're dating into my life to force me to date them after they've already ruined the bitch. You got to have a 60 IQ to begin with to talk to one of these people or date them and have a child with them. You definitely at like 40 IQ, and say a rock doesn't even have children with their people. So think about that. Sit on that one for a while. How dumb you got to be if rocks aren't doing it. Fucking garbage bags aren't doing it. Plastic bottles aren't doing it. Pretty much it. Fucking, and then that's what his trash people are doing. That's what religion and their people, the Roman, and whatever these creatures are. Whatever, obviously, they're everything. How many nations worship their race as gods? How many nations? Some of those nations, they've had to kill everyone on the planet to get out here to the corner of the globe where I'm at. And they didn't even have ships. They had to kill their way, invade their way to the edge of the world. Fucking the West. They always talk about that. Well, West, Hollywood, that's where. And there's this really racist place. You might have heard of it. And they're trying to tell you, they're trying to act like it's not. It's called Portland, Oregon, right? And they tell you there's these riots to free black people there. And there ain't no black people there. It's just their race up there putting on a TV show that looks like some animatronic shit. I swear to God, it's like robots, dude. It looks like Chuck E. Cheese. When the ICE detention, they set off this alarm, and then like the people like move up and like light up, like when you turn on the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics, the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics, and then they make And then after they move, after they light up and like get in, like rise up, then there's like a second and a half, and then they make a move forward, and then the other group like rises up and moves forward. And I think at Chuck E. Cheese it was the same thing. It had the fucking sound. Like if I recall, there was a sound when the animatronics started up and shit, and then the lights pop on, and they move up into place, and then after a few seconds after the software loads, they start moving and shit. It was really weird watching that, but that's like their real bastion. Forget about Israel. Israel's in the middle of the earth. They'll never be able to keep that pure for their people. Fucking Portland, you don't know, because Trump, the Republican, is acting like it's a whole bunch of wild Africans or some shit. And there ain't no, there's like three who I'm pretty sure were animatronics out there. Fucking, there's none of that shit. So that seems to be their real place. And if you go out there, you'll be able to study. Don't go out there by plane. Go out there by vehicle. You'll know right away, especially if you got people following you. You'll realize, like, this is like so isolated. They haven't built any cities around there. It takes you a day to get out there and shit. There's this huge country, you might have heard of it, called America, with all this land and all these people. And then there's this remote island called fucking Washington. And there's this place out there called Portland. And it's just remote fucking. But that's what's really going on up there. It looks like they're just putting on a show during that year and shit. That's why I went out there to investigate what they're up to. Fucking, I didn't know what I'd find, but that's what was happening and shit. And so they were putting on that fucking show out there to make it look like someone else was putting on that show and doing the shit they did and stuff. And that's like the far liberals. There ain't no far liberals. I never met any out here. Fucking, and then going out there, I didn't trust anyone enough to talk to them to know for sure what's up with them and stuff. Fucking, but by that time I was done. So we're just gonna make assumptions from what we actually see happening and shit. Fucking, that helps me see the animatronic shit to not participate and stand back and watch it from a distance too. That's some weird shit. Fucking, they don't have the brain power as living beings to be able to network together to do that, to put on a display that they might be animatronics and shit. I'll tell you that. The people I know don't have the brain power to fucking eat a cheeseburger and walk at the same time. So, not all of them, but definitely some of them. So a whole crowd doing it is like way off the charts and shit. I know. And they've got a slogan for their city too, which kind of covers up the fact that you might be some old robot models malfunctioning. Keep it something stupid or something like that. Keep it weird. I was like, yeah, it's weird because they aren't living beings and shit, ain't it? Fucking. And how far does that go? Anyways, hopefully we can get this shit over with soon. I'm real tired of it. Fucking, why does it keep happening? How come the same, like, when I'm talking about people being forced in my life and shit, and you got one that's right now, they're trying to force me to talk to this person who's, they're trying to force me to talk to more people and shit. It's like a foreigner who doesn't speak. You can tell he's Rothschild and shit. Fucking, because he doesn't look like he's Mexican and shit. And so it's just like there to waste my time, like they've been doing since I've been born and shit. And he can't. He's talking about music, and then like I show him the music I like, and he doesn't like it. And they've done this before. They send their people in my life to try to bring me down to their level. And it's like, well, we don't play shitty music. We don't play low class, low quality music. And I get the idea that their robots might not be capable of doing anything. Like older, outdated robot models, like the first wave of humans. This is what their religion says. It says that their fucking God doesn't like them and shit because they're trash and they're older and outdated models and shit. And it just happens to be that I have this problem when they're forcing their people in my life, is their people are like trying to play some Elvis Presley hippie music and shit, some old junky 2-cent AI slop, like robots who can't make anything new. And I've had this pattern over and over, and it's like I don't even listen to shit like that. Fucking, why would I play it? So why are we trying to get me to go? There's one dude wanted me to like play guitar with him, but they're forcing them into my life, and I'm looking for like someone in specific, and not even guys. I'm not even gay like they are, but yet everywhere I go, even down in Mexico, one of the first things they did was send one of their guys to try to talk to me. They're fucking trash. My mom did that shit. She's trash. People like that should be fucking tortured, fucking for all of eternity. You shouldn't be putting your child in some fucking circumcision or anything else that was more than that. You're setting your child up to be raped by men and shit. People like that should be fucking tortured for all of eternity. And you shouldn't get a free pass, but this is America. It's actually one of the few countries that does the homo pedo ritual. Fucking, there's actually a little grain of salt and truth could be there, where they're getting kicked out of every nation they go to because they're trash and no one wants them, and then running away to fucking, I mean, they still end up in control of these places, right? It's not like Donald Trump isn't them, and Donald Trump is, him and Musk act like they're not them. They acted like they were against them, but you notice that's went away. They haven't went around nuking synagogues and shit, huh? But they're the Nazis, aren't they? And just like in Germany, who controls them? No, America and Russia took them over. So it's Donald Trump owns them. It is. It is Howard Stern. Why would Hitler do that? Well, why did Trump do it? Because he is one of them. All those people around, Hitler was hanging out with preachers. They all look like rats. No one looked like a German he was hanging out with. One person. And go sit beside the Bible preacher and shit. Fucking. Yeah, that little manual there is. See that little manual that torturing Jesus and taking his blood, that also means something else. That's what they do in the first Bible. They do it to other people. They kill them and eat them, drink their blood. And so the Christian Bible is written for people that they're enslaving. And so in that, you are the person who is going to have your blood drinking and your flesh eating, because they are the people inventing that slave tactic. They are just the most disgusting AI slop ever invented. It's everything. They are the mosquito of the earth. There's a reason why before I came here, they were already calling them parasites and shit. There's a reason why AI slop had already invented the word parasite, because it was taking the personality profile of the mosquito and applying it to that. The proboscis thing, the Pinocchio thing. That's basically what that is. No one really has that. But Pinocchio looks like he has a proboscis. So it's the mosquito. Useless. And why was a mosquito created? Right? Because they're fun to kill? No, because it's there. It's a design to show you. that it can be created and it is on the earth, and contrary to what it's telling you, like my whore mother fucking would tell me, like, oh boy, any of this shit, that bitch would charge. That's why she's the Aidosaurus, because the bitch used to be Rhinoceros, and then because it charges and shit, right? And then it got AIDS, so now it's the Aidosaurus, but that's why it's the Rhinoceros, because the bitch be charging. You'd be like, oh, I don't like pedophile, and they'd be like, ah. I think you sound like a pedophile. You know, any of that shit talking about it. They don't like that. Obviously, they don't. They make it illegal to talk about them and shit, don't they? That's why you got to follow them. That's why you can't have a religion, because they have to control it all, because it's all this slimy mind control. Plus, who's going to be so stupid? You are the next wave of trash if you do what they do. You invent what they do. Use fucking slop to invent what they do. Fucking. Anyways, so hopefully this is over soon. I mean, the memory of having to be around this trash is like, wow. Fucking trash, man. Like, they've been trying since I was a kid to force me to be, like, do everything ultra trash does. What is it that trash does? Pedophilia, homosexuality, fucking drugging people, fucking slave labor, mind control. That trash has been doing this, forcing me to date them and trying to get me to fucking try to have men touch me since the second I was born. Fucking. And shit, I'm like a child and shit, and my mom's doing this weird shit that makes her look like a fucking sick predator working with other people and shit. And then it turns out to be that it's all linked together, and that they're really doing that shit continuously over and over and over. And they get fucked up for it sometimes too and shit. But this is all there is, right? The only fucking enjoyment there's been here is like 9/11. Like, one of the only times I can remember sitting around dancing, and that's the first time in my life I ever danced. That's how shitty the earth is. Why would I dance? It's some gay people shit. They're trying to force, my mom's trying to, in the church, the Christians are all forcing you into that shit. I don't want nothing to do with anything one of those, any single action one of those people do. I won't even wear certain clothing and shit, because it goes too far fucking to be close to them, because they're already taking anything they can to turn it into that. They're literally locking me in rooms with them at the church, and I'm like, hey, fucking, they got that pedo ritual when I'm born and shit. Fucking, but the people keep doing that. Like, this is like, you can tell this bitch ain't her. Damn, their genetics must be pure shit. If they do that to their kids, which obviously they do, because they are raping every fucking kid that's born and shit. They are. This is just what it is. It's the mosquito. Imagine if a mosquito raped children and fucking sold drugs, ran a monopoly on drugs, controlled the good drugs, and only sold shitty drugs and shit, and fucking invaded nations. They do, right? They do, right? No one wants them around, fucking, but there they are. And the mosquitoes are trying to force their children to have sex. Even mosquitoes aren't that bad. They don't have any sort of rainbow pride and shit. They don't do that. They're not that fucking trashy. It's just them. There's nothing else on the planet that mirrors them wholly. The animals have like 6 or 7 software directives and shit. The animals have like 6 or 7, and insects have like 2 or 3 software directives and shit. Fucking that whole level of sickness of of having your parents try to force you into having your parents force you into rooms alone with other people and shit, and then protecting and creating sycophant cults to protect people who will continue to do it later in life. She worked with the government around that time that the 9/11 shit happened, and they used that to lock me away and try to fucking have the girl who looked like her race I was dating fucking bring her brother over for an orgy and shit. Fucking, I assume that's like the reason why they made the 9/11 shit happen, was because of that right there. Because I mean, it was like a whole year of shit. You know, Joey died because he tried to kill me, and then the city tried to railroad me and tried to get fucking men to rape me and shit at my house, and some incestual, I mean, just like incestual, fucking rape, homosexual. This is these people. This is their genetic code. This is the software creating one certain character class over and over from these people. That's why they're on the corner with the Bible every day, because this is who they are. They aren't thinking of doing anything else. They aren't thinking of going to school and learning some math and doing some, which is a waste anyways. Obviously their schools fucking are part of their program. So I wouldn't, you know, books come from the Bible. So if math's got to be in a book to learn it, or if it's in any other media they put that shit in, it's trash and useless. It's slave labor. Fucking, and then they get mad when you're too good at it because you're better than them. And they can't have that because out the window centuries of fucking sickness can go. Low IQ sickness goes away real fast once something fucking mentions it's there and shit. Fucking, that's fucking sick, man. How much that bitch worked with him. Like, this is like my family. Like, the other people are definitely involved with it, but it's like fucking, there's no one I know by name that I'm calling to rid the planet of. Fucking, because there's just so many assorted characters. Every time I run away, they send a new one in and shit. So there's a lot of new characters all the time. Fucking, and obviously they're moving me around. That's probably got something to do with something too. Like right now we're out here because America feels safe and shit. But me out here, it's beautiful to watch some of these weather events, though. I gotta tell you that. It's beautiful to watch the world fucking watch them bomb people and talk in the open about who they really are, because that's going to lead to beauty fucking in the world. Fucking, either it's going to lead to where it's already at, or it's going to lead to a solution to it. Fucking, it's already there. It's just now someone's being honest, and Americans being honest for once in their life, and that doesn't work. They've spent 6,000 years making up all these lies. It's the purpose of writing these books and creating their cults and talking at all, is they're going to lie. And Donald Trump, the first American to tell the truth. I know. So it will either show you, like COVID, that everyone's actually on his side, or it will turn it and people will make better choices. Like, I tried to make the best choices I could with Americans around and shit. It's hard to do inside their nation. And most of these other nations, they're just going to blame Trump, right? They got a cross on their flag, Trump selling Bibles, and what they're going to do is deflect. They're going to deflect all of that and act like there's someone else. You know, just like Europe's trying to act like there's some other people when But you had to kill the Europeans and replace them in order to bring Middle Earth religions to them, and then in order for them to use Europe as a land base to invade North America, obviously you would have had to kill those people and replace them. But and so they're going to do that. But it's still a good thing to watch them fragment, because that's the only way they were. You know, without if their schools were fragmented, if the teachers didn't know what the principal was doing and what the parent was doing, they wouldn't know how to drug children, which children to drug and shit. You know, you fragment the fucking the empire and shit. Then it's excellent. Of course, they're still going to work together. I mean, they're working with Russia, and people think they're not. It's just that one little section of Europe that the Eurasians haven't taken over yet, because that's obviously the people who had carried the Egyptian shit into Middle Earth, the New World Order. That's Asians who invaded Africa and shit. Fucking so. If Russia was already taken over by Karl Marx, they're on the border of Asia, then it's safe to say the reason they're going to war against Ukraine is because they want Khazaria back. And they had fully killed all those people in World War II. Fucking. Also, there's not much going on. I think they're just stealing money. That's what they did last time with the space shit. It was called the Cold War. There was no war. They were just stealing money from people, like they do with their Bibles. That's all they do. We make up shit and say they're spending money on something. And then Elon Musk magically becomes the world's richest man. How did that happen? I don't know. I'm stupid. Well, he came from a nation who has nothing because someone stole it all from him. Maybe that has something to do with it. Oh, look at that. He happens to look like the people who created Flying Bird New World Order God. They went invading Africa fucking 6,000 years ago. Shit. Oh, wow. It's getting real hard now. I really can't see what's going on. Fucking. They're not gonna leave these nations. They're in control of every nation. That's why they got a flag. That's why they got a church on every corner. That's why they just they're digging up hundreds of thousands of corpses underneath a church in Mexico. And they're still like when you do that, you realize it's time to get rid of the church out of your nation, because they're not there to be your friend. But what happens once you kill all those people is there's no people, and the only people left are the people who just killed all the people. And then there's this group of people who's always lying, so there are always these other people, like Donald Trump's a German, Hitler was a German. And my ex-friend, the only person I knew who wasn't one of the rat people invading my life, was a German. There might have been some evidence to that, but I don't think I don't think so. You can't be the only person in my life who's not one of them and shit. Fucking, that doesn't make sense. He did, it made him do one of those little NPC lines where he says something far out of place that you remember and shit. Like my dad when he did that guilty thing, like little did I know he's hanging out, like we're working with child rapists and shit, right, around the world. Fucking little did I know, right? Just, the people there's no evidence of, the few, the one or the two, it's like 2 or 4. They have it, for some reason it makes them have this guilty pause that, it's like, what do you, and it's place where it doesn't even need to be, so it makes it look even more obvious. It's like, what are we even guilty of? We're talking about McDonald's. Fucking talking about what we want on a cheeseburger. Like, how come all of a sudden there's this guilty pause and laughter in the conversation? Like you're an evil mad scientist and shit. Fucking who's using the McDonald's order to fuck up my head or something. It always does that with these NPCs. Fucking. And so I'm assuming when it does that with that dialogue about I'm German, I'm German, I'm German, I'm German. I'm sure it's like the same thing with the people I know claiming they're someone they're not. Like people I know claim some claim they're Native Americans and they're clearly not because they look like fucking aliens and shit. It's the Rothschild and shit who does that. Fucking. So. Anyway, so hopefully we can get this over with. Like, this is all just horrible memories of horrible fucking unwanted pedophiles and shit. And, like, and the rest is just filler to escape them and get away from them. And between the few times I could, like, that's all everything else is. That's all playing guitar is to get away from. I couldn't do anything else. Fucking, and then of course whatever's going on in Toaster Land, fucking that can somehow be involved in the physical world too. Obviously they're not real beings, so the guitar isn't a real thing either. Fucking everything else just turns in like the whole fucking place a bunch of fucking obsessed fucking pedophile fucking trash and shit. It took a lot of fuckers to pull off some of those direct things like pre 9/11 and pre COVID and pre North America frying themselves on drugs type shit. Fucking. That sucks. I can't do it. Doesn't sound like I can. I'm having a problem becoming as fried as they are. I think that's just their personality. I think that's just a crackhead personality is like that's what everything I just described. And that's a narcissist, child rapist, fucking person talking about flying invisible reindeer and shit. That's a crackhead. So I don't even know people who smoke crack who talk about flying reindeers. They're just shiesty little rats and shit. Fucking, they got that crack thing to them, but it's you got to realize you're way far out there talking about eating flesh and drinking blood and to save yourself and flying reindeer and shit. And then they're creating hospitals, which they use, obviously. I'm so enamored. Oh, they're creating some of this shit just for me because obsession, that's correct. It's called desperation and obsession and jealousy. Just mix it all up like a stirred drink, putting a little fucking cyanide and ammonia in it and have yourself a night. Just chug that down and shit, and then all of a sudden you'll be passing laws to try to force me to stay in school with you. They'll fucking fry my brain and keep me from moving on. Fucking. And then, good thing they're not actually living, because they wouldn't be able to build any roads spending all that time obsessing over me and shit. Wow. Some crazy fucking music that they've been setting me up with my whole life. Like some of this shit's like a soundtrack to what's going on. And I was trying to figure out some of this early music that they were putting in my fucking life. It's about like conquering the world and shit. And I always used to listen to that like, why do I like this? Like, oh, the music's really good and shit. Fucking, so that's why I like it. And it's like, wow. So that's what's played in the background right now and shit. I used to always be like, why do I like this? Why is this the only good band and shit? Fucking, and it's like, oh, it's about like solving all these problems I'm talking about, and I didn't, because all the drugs and abuse, I wasn't, it's always, I'm not the obsessed one, or they're not the obsessed one. I'm obsessed with them, like, because if you didn't agree with them, then, more non-obsession would occur on their half and shit. Fucking, at the same time, they're all doing all this shit. The music I'm being fed is about like literally conquering the fucking world and shit. And I'm always like, what's the point of all this shit? How come there's no band making good music that fucking has lyrics about other things? I'm always fucking hating it when people make songs about hoes and shit and money, and drugs, fucking. But it's like the music's good. I don't fucking care. But this shit makes sense. And when I got older, the drug shit makes sense because they're trying to force me on drugs, but there's actually good drugs that they're trying to hide and shit. And in the hoe shit, like, it's important to know that they're just hoes, right? It's like the other stuff is like the pedophile homos are gonna bring their brother to have sex with you if you marry them and stuff. So it's important to like still know it's just a hoe and not to get too close to it because it will divorce you and take half of your shit you own eventually if you don't have sex with its brother and shit type stuff. And drugs is where the money comes from too, fucking. But yeah, it's always weird. Like in 2020, there's obvious those. I don't know. You guys listen to some loser shit, but all the music I listen to is obviously like about those events and shit. Like shit would appear during when I'm out there watching the animatronics in Portland and stuff. And it would talk about that too. Talk about like how I'm just there. It would like relatable characters, like a person who's there to investigate who's in control of things and shit like that. And man, it was this fucking song that appeared when I got the fuck out of there too, because last time I was in there, I was ordering pizza, and I was just circling the area waiting for the pizza to get done, and there was like fucking cops were posted up on like fucking almost every corner a mile out. Like it was all of a sudden more than I've seen in the whole city. They had the city under control like the people did. It looked most of them had quit. Most of the government had quit and shit. And then there's like this song that pops up, new song that pops up about get the fuck out of where you're at. And it's like, yeah, no shit. Like it seems like I've gathered enough data here and shit. And then what they was that before or after the January 4th event where they the night before they cut my fucking tires and shit. Like the cops drove off as I was coming out the store, and then my tires were slashed, and then one of the crackhead race came up to me to talk to me about they're like, what should we do tomorrow at the January 4th event? And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I'm on the West Coast, fucking. I'm not in Washington, D.C. right now. We are on the West Coast. You're smoking too many drugs. Fucking. And it's like, what we're going to do is we're going to do nothing because you just slashed my fucking tires. There is no we. There is no I and we. And there is no me and we. We is just two U's put together with an E beside it. And you can take you and yourself, get the fuck out of my face. That's what we can do. Take the two U's and the we and go have a conversation somewhere else. Fucking. That was some weird shit. Fuck 'em. And then that was like a clone of the other crackhead who was a clone of the other person I know for like 30 years, Crackhead Joe, who was I knew, oh, that's right. The fourth Joe. That's who the fourth Joe was that crackhead that day. We even called the other crackhead, the other Joe, Crackhead Joe. And the one was definitely crackhead. Fucking. And the one did crack. So it's weird. It's like the same character when it's inventing that template and shit. All 4 fucking times. Same fucking person, pretty much. Same pull from the personality. I don't even think it's auto-generated, you know? The more... I always say auto-generating, but it's not. That's pulling from a pool of pre-created characters and shit. That's not generating new characters. That's pulling from a pool of pre-creation and shit. It can't seem to produce anything of value. Fucking... It would have tied me down if it did and shit. Nothing would have happened nowhere. Oh no. I could have went and worked for NASA. Oh no. See, it could have went 100% the opposite way, but instead it goes this way where you got the crackheads and their religions enslaving the planet. And you get to be like the focal point of it, apparently, and shit. Fucking, because I can tell you the people I know fucking haven't been through that shit. Anyways, so yeah, this is kind of wasteful. This is extremely wasteful to be here on Earth. Fucking, this is old. This has been old. Man, it doesn't even generate people like I would want to marry and be around and shit. Like, it's just like an empty fucking virtual reality room or something. It could. It just doesn't. It has videos of people who seem interesting. It created some guys who were disgusting but had some intelligence. And it created my dad, who wasn't disgusting towards me, but again, like the best character model, and it turns out to be he works with, where the guy we're working for, his name is Epstein and shit, and he becomes a famous person later on. It was like the character it's creating, so who knows what was hidden behind that character. You know, the silence may not have been a sign of intelligence. It might have been silent because there was a lot of stuff going on, because there's too much stuff going on fucking to talk about. Too much stuff going on to talk about. This is fucking fucked up weird shit, man. And then we're at the point now where it's like the immersion comes from understanding that there's nothing that it can't produce anything, and nor would we want it to. Fucking immersion at this point is coming from that, to where we just want to fucking show them we're better at what they do. Fucking without even trying. Fucking. They got me talking about that karma shit. Like that ever comes back. Like that's not some pre-planned event. Like 9/11. Like them attacking me before 9/11 wasn't pre-planned. Like them attacking me before COVID wasn't pre-planned. Like that has anything to do with karma. Like some loser killing himself trying to kill me that's set up 6 months before it's happened has anything to do with their bullshit religions and mind control. Man, that's fucked up, dude. You can't even you're just on this planet and you tell these other people to stop talking you, stop raping you, stop coming around you, and you're not allowed because everyone else is allowing it to happen, if not working with them. Fucking down to your fucking parents and shit. Fucking, that's some fucked up shit. And now we're talking about, there you go, you got to rape me for 2 hours. Fucking, of course, to manipulative motherfuckers playing word games and writing Bibles. Well, it's not the same thing. Oh, a man's value is not his time. It's his vagina like a woman. A woman doesn't need to, a man doesn't have to sit around with a woman all day long. A man doesn't get paid by women to talk to them and hang out with them. Like, yes, they do. That's exactly what a male prostitute does. I'm sorry if you look like Jeffrey Epstein and you've never been a male prostitute, where you actually get paid for your job because you're good at your job. But some of us have. So that I think those of us who are in the profession understand what the profession is. Yeah. Yeah, Howard Stern. Yeah, the profession isn't, we have to pay $10 million to build a fucking movie studio to attract prostitutes, to attract porn stars to us. No. They know that. They're the ones who are setting up the, what was it called? The Johns. They're the ones setting up the Johns. They're the ones giving them money, probably. Maybe all the time. I'm sure that you can tell by their voices because it gives them the voice saying, the voice reflects the creature within the body. You know, like they're trying to tell you, you can't judge a book by its cover. I was told that by a transsexual from 1920 when I was a child. Fucking so. There's a reason they had a dog in the fight to try to convince me that everything that comes out of its mouth and actions will not match its body or lack of, it's cancer-ridden fucking surgically altered body. Fucking, there's a reason why that creature would have to say words like that. There's a reason why the Aegisaurus would say that these days, and it was still applicable back then. Bitch was tricking rich people into fucking her and shit with her looks. So I mean, there's something there to be said about a person who looks great, because there's a couple options there. The one is it's a prostitute. It's generally the people who look good are prostitutes trying to attract their advertising and shit. Usually after a while, I watch these other people who are dating people. They don't need to advertise themselves, so they don't anymore and shit. You don't see that in Hollywood because they're still advertising themselves to you once they get married. And you're still paying for their fake AI generated music and movies and shit. Fucking, you're still hero worshiping them. Fucking. Anyway, so hopefully we can get this over with. I know I keep saying that, right? I'm turning into a human, except for I'm not saying stupid things and no value. We're trying to get something done. I'm trying my best not to sound like a female. We're trying to talk about solutions and not, am I fat? And I look fat to me. You better not say I'm only 355 pounds today. You better not say that. Fucking. Yeah. So, hopefully we can put an end to this earth soon. Right? This is way out of hand. Fucking, it's been out of hand since I got here. Where's the excuse for why all this is allowed to happen in these shitty fucking nations and shit? Fucking, this America place is real fucking trash. Fucking, I can't believe all that shit's actually been happening and stuff. That's some shit. With all the events that have been happening, you can almost be sure there's going to be at least one more day where there's not a dull moment coming up here that's going to probably solve all these problems and shit. Pretty sure that's going to happen because that's all everyone can say. I mean, they don't want to talk about anything. They want to repeat these NPC dialogues about dragons and knights and shit. And I know it's hidden in all those lies, but it's still there. And the lies are just lies because they're telling you the opposite. So maybe the dragon's going to take over and kill everything on the planet. But so far, the dragon has been losing battles. Every battle, the dragon, it pisses them off, and they get all, and we were gonna go back to school and get our first grade diploma, and then they ended, and they took away all the futures. It does look bad, though, don't it? I come from this city where they legalized, that rainbow stuff and shit. Fucking, it looks real bad where I'm at. Like fucking, because I come from, it's called the heart of it all, dude. Look at that. I think it's probably the first city invented. And it is the heart. It's the heart of ignorance. It's the heart of that shit. It's the heart of trying to get men to rape children and shit, or having men rape children. Fucking, it's where Epstein's boss literally created his own city. Fucking, the heart of it all. Fucking. Anyways, fucking, hopefully this shit ends soon. I'm so tired of this. So tired of the memory of this. I know desperation and attention whoredom is part of psychopathy, part of the required tenets. I mean, for narcissism. They wish they could be smart enough to be psychopaths. Fucking. Actually, no, they kind of are. Isn't that the whole point of the Bible? It's psychopathy. Isn't that the whole point of the religion for the slave classes? None of them are being honest about what they're doing, and they're just telling you the exact opposite. That is psychopathy. Drinking flesh and drinking blood and eating flesh, and telling it in a cute story when in fact all it is it's about trying to kill someone who doesn't like the fact that you're a fucking degenerate fucking who's been fucking up their life. That's 100% psychopathy. Fucking, those big words though. Most people I know, especially females, wouldn't know that. Is that a topping for food or what? Fucking. So, yeah, fucking. Hopefully, shit ends soon. I'm so fucking tired of this. You got this person, fucking the Rothschild, who's talking to me and shit. And he was talking about that in the messages. See, this is when I'm talking to these bots, this is all they're doing. It sounds like fucking obsession, like the entire existence is dedicated to me or some shit. To be psychopaths and fucking beg for COVID and shit like that. Fucking. Beg for the flesh and blood and get the flesh and blood instead. Fucking definitely seems to be. We can always hope those things actually happen. That would really suck. One day they're like, oh no, we're making that shit up. No, that stuff didn't happen. But that's the only signs of hope in this world is 9/11 and this society turning into a bunch of fucking fried drug addicts. And COVID. That's the only hope there is to escape this place. Fucking. The other hope and dope is the pedophiles hiding in line. Every word they say is a lie. So, of course, if they say the word hope and truth, there ain't none of that. Fucking. That is. Drinking the flesh and eating the blood of your enemies does sound like it'd be a hopeful situation where you could, if you're creating enemies by raping their children and forcing them to have sex with you and shit. Of course, that is going to be the only hope there is eliminating them, especially if someone's going around reminding them it's happening and telling them it's happening. Man, it's way out of hand. That's way out of hand. People like that, people who fucking have children that have slaves and fucking need to be dealt with. Of course, they're going to make arguments that don't abort them and shit like that because people like that wouldn't be wanted. If you're a living being, you don't want things like that around you. You don't want your neighbors like that. You don't want your city like that. You don't want your nation like that. You don't want your world like that. But you can have your own world to yourself. You can have your own little piece of land to yourself. But as far as notice how sick this world is. There's no discussion of that. There's no discussion of eliminating such things from the gene pool. People who want to have children to have slaves, want to have children to have sex, mutilate them. There's no discussion of eliminating that from the gene pool entirely. There's no, that's your first thought right away, complete elimination. There's no, well, we should warn him not to do it. It's like, well, it's time to get rid of that. But there's no discussion of it at all. Because how many of them are involved? How many of this trash is involved? Fucking trash. How many of this trash does it take to start drugging children? It takes a whole nation full of trash like America, don't it? It takes doctors and lawyers and politicians and cops and judges and religions and churches and mosques and I don't know if mosques actually do that. They might be better people. No, you can tell they're not because they try to fucking sneak that into me. Obviously, it's the same people. You don't even copy off some other loser who's invading you if you defeated the losers invading you. Fucking. Same with Satanism. There's an obvious fraud because you don't copy off the losers. You don't copy off the disgusting trash invading your nation. You oppose it. Two different things, joining and opposing. Stealing every idea from and opposing all the ideas from. So, that Einstein bullshit probably ain't real. Fucking going to Mars, my ass. Fucking. Who cares? Anyway, they're trash anyway. Blow those rockets up with them on it. Fucking get rid of them. That's the trash drugging children. Get rid of them. Fuck. No fucking little fucking pedo, fucking ugly round fucking pieces of shit. Fucking. That's the whole point of making this video. This trash fucking trying to talk to me in the video. Look at this trash trying to talk to me. Fucking. Yeah, the fucker. Every time they just fucking running in circles and shit. Fucking. Their dog fucking Dog language is, go to fuck back to kindergarten. Pass your own damn school. Stop making school for living people and start making it for robots and force robots to stay in it until they get educated, which will thankfully be never. We can just seal the doors shut with some concrete and steel and keep them in it until their DNA is gone. I'm fine with that. You know who's not fine with that? Pedophiles like Jesus. Mm-hmm. That's right. Pedophiles like the people I know. Actually, my dad would probably be for that. But he's a good pedophile. He's intelligent and works hard. That's two more things than other pedophiles I know. That's bringing value to the oxygen being wasted and the resources being wasted. Fucking a little trash there, constantly talking about their bullshit. Gotta have billions of fucking robots on their side, billions of music, billions of media, all for what? How many people are you trying to enslave and you can't do it? How many people are you trying to kill and you can't do it? I'd call you a failure by looking at your fucking kindergarten grades. And I did. That's why the game forces you to give me the test scores so I can read them. Because everyone else is trying to promote a different agenda. They're trying to promote the opposite of what those test scores say. Luckily, they can't read because they might have got upset that test scores of everyone was being passed out. But thankfully, they can't read. So they didn't know what I was receiving that day. And just like the bots don't seem to know when they're doing that little tell thing where they tell me that they're trash while they're still trying to force their way into my life. Not that it helps, because it's just like, well, is there anything